On the 11th of August 2015, Jupiter entered Virgo, a sign where it will remain until September 2016. Jupiter is the planet of joy, of optimism and expansion, and it's now in the sign ruling over health, practical matters, self-improvement, analysis, attention to details, over the quest for perfection and over service. With Jupiter in Virgo, people will start focusing on diets, fitness, healthy eating, organic products, alternative medicine, problems concerning the environment and similar topics. We could witness important breakthroughs in medicine during the next few months. Technical improvements are also likely to happen, especially when it comes to devices that help us calculate, analyze and communicate. As I was saying earlier, Virgo is always in search for perfection. This sign is governed by Mercury, a planet that supports the act of learning. So during the next months, we have great opportunities to learn new skills or to improve the ones we already have. We will be much more efficient at work, but it's important not to exaggerate. While trying to do everything perfectly, we might overwork and get exhausted. Another problem with Jupiter in Virgo is that we will be much more critical than usual, so please try to find a balance before hurting other people's feelings. Analyzing the birth chart of some politicians, I want to add that the next year will be very important for Hillary Clinton and for Vladimir Putin. Clinton's midheaven, so the point indicating her career and reputation, is in Virgo. Putin's midheaven is in Leo, but a big part of his 10th house of the reputation is in Virgo too. So Jupiter in Virgo is certainly a very good transit for both of them. Without making any comparison at all, I'd like to mention another politician who had a similar birth chart, Adolf Hitler. His midheaven was in Leo, but a part of his 10th astrological house was in Virgo. And this sign ruled over his 11th house, representing amongst other things his ambition, dreams and life goals. And if we take a look back at his career, we will see that all major events happened while Jupiter was transiting Virgo. He made his first public speech in Austria on the 29th of September 1920 and became Führer of the Nazi Party on the 29th of July 1921. During this whole time, Jupiter was in Virgo. 12 years later, when Jupiter was in Virgo again, he was appointed Chancellor of Germany. Then, when Jupiter returned to Virgo once again, in 1955, Nazi Germany surrendered, Hitler committed suicide and the Second World War ended. I repeat, I'm not comparing Hillary Clinton or Putin to Hitler, I'm just giving an example of how powerful this transit is and what it can mean to them. We will hear a lot about both politicians during the next months. Now let's take a look at what Jupiter's transit through Virgo means for each zodiac sign. Jupiter in Virgo will strongly influence your daily tasks, your work and your health, dear Aries. You will enjoy your work and you'll be able to make some changes to become more efficient. If you don't have a job, this transit will bring some good news, as you could find one now. If you already have a job, you could get a promotion or you'll improve some of your skills, which will impress your bosses and co-workers. You'll have a great result, especially if you're helping other people or if you have a medicine-related job. In particular, the alternative medicine will benefit from this transit. Your health should be great during the next months, but there's one problem. There is a tendency to gain weight. Jupiter will be in retrograde motion between January and May 2016, and you could get good results if you're going on a diet during this time. But as soon as Jupiter will be in direct motion again, it's likely that you'll put on some weight. So please focus on your diet and start working out. Happy times are just around the corner, dear Taurus. Jupiter in Virgo will stimulate recreation and amusement, so the next year should be great for you. Your creativity will also get a boost, so it's a good time to focus on your hobbies or on projects that demand a lot of creativity. If you work in a field where creativity is required, especially if you are an artist or a craftsman, your career will benefit from this transit. But Jupiter will now influence your love life and the relationship to your children too. If you are single, there are good chances that you'll meet someone and start a new relationship. If you already have a partner and/or children, you'll enjoy spending time with your loved ones, especially going on trips, camping, and other outdoor activities. During the next year, Jupiter in Virgo also favors pregnancy and childbirth, so you could become a parent. On the negative side, this transit will make you feel overconfident when it comes to taking risks, especially if you like betting, playing poker for money, and so on. Try to be less enthusiastic even if you win some small amounts of money. Your luck won't hold forever. If you want to move to another home or to improve your living situation, these next few months will be great for you, dear Gemini. Jupiter transiting through Virgo favors everything related to your home and to your family. Since Jupiter symbolizes expansion, your family might grow, for example, because someone will become a parent. Or maybe your relatives and friends will visit you a lot during the next months. Either way, it won't get boring. Your relationship to your family and to your roots will improve. Talking about your home, I must say that things look great. You could now renovate your apartment or move in a new house. If you're trying to buy or sell a building or some land, you'll be able to close a good deal. During the next year, you'll communicate a lot, dear Cancer. It's a period of time when you'll have to network a lot, but also your communication with siblings and neighbors will get better. If your job requires good communication skills, for example because you are a journalist or an author, your career could also benefit from this transit. Another group who will benefit from Jupiter in Virgo are students and persons who must learn, take an exam or hold a public speech during the next months. Maybe you need to learn a new way to communicate, for example because you move to another country. If that's the case, Jupiter will help you learn faster. The next few months will also be good for negotiations. If you want a raise or if you need to negotiate a contract, you'll do that in better terms now. And last but not least, Jupiter in Virgo could make you travel more. You won't go on a voyage for a long time, but you'll most certainly make many short trips and you'll have to run a lot of errands. With Jupiter in Virgo, you'll most likely see an improvement of your financial situation, dear Leo. You could get a raise or maybe you'll have new possibilities of gaining money. Either way, this transit will help you overcome financial problems. You could also purchase or sell a house, some land or expensive objects. If you work as a real estate agent, as a broker or anything related to finances and possessions, your career will also benefit from this transit. The only bad news, exactly because everything is going on so well, you will start spending a little bit too much. Jupiter is in your sign, dear Virgo, something that happens only once in 12 years, so you should try to profit from it as much as you can. This transit will make you much more optimistic and confident. It will probably change the way you see a lot of things. You'll stop pitying yourself and rather look for solutions to your problems. The people around you will notice your new positive attitude, and this fact could improve many aspects of your life. This transit will bring a lot of new opportunities, especially regarding self-improvement. Still, there are some bad news. Jupiter in your sign could also make you a little bit overconfident, self-satisfied or lazy. But don't forget, if you just sit there and wait for something great to happen, it won't. Don't let good opportunities just pass by. And there's also another problem. You could gain weight. Jupiter will be in retrograde motion between January and May 2016, and you could get good results if you're going on a diet during this time. But as soon as Jupiter will be in direct motion again, it's likely that you'll put on some weight. So please focus on your diet and start working out. All in all, this transit is extremely good for you, but in the end you are the one to decide to what extent you'll profit from it or not. During the next year, you will undergo a spiritual renewal, dear Libra. This transit will help you get rid of fears, of negative feelings and self-destructive activities. If you want to stop smoking or drinking, for example, this is a good time to do that. Meditation, relaxing, doing some yoga or other similar activities will help you regenerate because now you have a deeper connection to your subconscious and your inner self. You could also become more interested in psychology, philosophy, and mystical studies. You will also help other people and charity work will make you happy. Last but not least, Jupiter will now protect you from enemies and negative surprises. It could even bring you some good news that you didn't expect. two aspects of your life will benefit a lot from this transit, dear Scorpio: the relationship with your friends and your life goals. Your relationship with your friends and acquaintances, as well as with groups of people, will benefit from this transit. You might make some new friends, or you will meet people who will have an impact on you or your life. You'll spend a lot of time with your friends, and you can be sure that they will help you if needed. At the same time, during the next months, you'll make a huge progress regarding your life goals. You'll find it easier to pursue a certain dream or to put your plans into practice, especially if you need support from bigger groups of persons, for example, because you want to fight for a certain right. This transit will help you. Your career will also benefit from it if you work with masses of people or if you are involved in social activities. The next year will be great for your career and reputation, dear Sagittarius. You could get a promotion or find a new job. Even if that's not the case, you'll get a lot of recognition from your bosses, co-workers, or clients. This is also a good time to go on business travels and to improve your professional skills, especially if you need to learn a foreign language or to take a course. Your career will also benefit from this transit if you work in a multinational environment. And last but not least, your chances to get engaged or to marry will increase during the next months. Jupiter in Virgo will help you expand your horizon, dear Capricorn. You will do this especially by traveling, by being in contact with people from other countries or cultures, and by learning. If you are a student, if you must take exams or get a diploma, the next year will be great for you. Capricorns who work in fields related to education and travel, or who have business partners from other countries, will benefit from this transit too. And one more positive news: if you are involved in a legal fight, there are good chances that the judge will rule in your favor. This year you'll also be more interested in studying or discussing topics related to philosophy or religion. You just have to be a little bit careful. You'll want to convince everybody that only your point of view is right. I recommend you to remain open-minded and to accept other person's opinion. During the next year, your finances will benefit from Jupiter transiting Virgo, dear Aquarius. We're not talking about money you have to earn yourself, but more about money you get from other persons. Maybe you'll finally get a loan that you needed, or your financial situation will improve thanks to a partnership. Right now, it's all about joint finances and shared possessions. This could mean, for example, that your spouse is getting a raise, something that improves your situation too. On the other side, you must be careful. Probably because everything is going on so well, you tend to spend too much money. Don't forget that this positive transit won't last forever. And there's also another positive effect of Jupiter in Virgo. Your sex life will improve. The next year will be all about partnerships for you, dear Pisces. This transit usually indicates a positive change regarding the love life. If you are single, you could now meet someone and start a relationship. If you already have a partner, you might get engaged or married. Or at least your partnership will get a lot better. Even if you should encounter problems and end a relationship, this will be to your advantage. But other types of relationships will also benefit from this transit. You might sign a new business contract, for example. You'll be quite popular during the next year, and all your endeavors that require support from other people will turn out well. These are the astrological predictions regarding Jupiter's transit through Virgo. Did you like this video? Please leave some feedback or give it a thumbs up. And if you don't want to miss my future videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.